Mark Derbyshire has it in his head to beat the course record every single time he stands on the start line.
If he can't run, he's just not a happy person. I don't know exactly why he does it. He just needs to run.
The South Downs Way is such an iconic place. The views are incredible. There's enough climb and descent to make it exciting and challenging.
I don't really come up with plans. I'd like to win the race, obviously.
International calibre athletes amongst best of British, and I really do think it's one of the strongest British fields we've seen, certainly in 100.
It doesn't make any difference to me whether he wins, breaks the course record. I just want him not to be disappointed with what he has put into it.
It certainly makes you feel alive, doesn't it, when you do these things? It's like being a kid again, isn't it?
I'm James Elson, founder of Centurion Running, RD for South Downs Way 100, and once upon a time a bit more of an athlete than I am these days. Yeah, so in 2014 we were starting at Chilcombe Rec Ground, just a little bit nearer to Winchester, so we currently start, the South Downs Way 100 now starts at Matterley Bowl. Mark Perkins' record from 2014 was 14:03. When he came into the track at the end, and I told him he'd run 14:03. He went, no, it's 15:03. And I had to sort of triple check that I'd actually hadn't miscalculated. I was like, no, 14:03. And he just couldn't believe it. That kind of purity of running, like forget the watch, forget, he just literally ran with all his heart for 14 hours and executed an incredible race. He was the Mark Derbyshire of his time in many ways. The way they run, even their sort of body shape, super skinny, super lean, incredible form, just real natural talent,
My name's Mark Darbyshire. I'm a ultra trail runner. I'm from Birmingham. Plenty of big hills around Birmingham. It's always wise to try and start steady and build into it. Difficult to do that sometimes, especially for big European races where they go off at crazy paces, and unless you do something similar, you're probably not going to be in with a shout. All my best performances, I think, have come from a fairly steady start and then build into it. I mean, if I've tried to go out quick, I don't think I've had a good result. So hopefully try and go nice and steady.
In the 100, Mark Derbyshire's our boy, and I think it's a runner's course, and Mark would be more of a shoo-in if it was steeper.
Plan was to just talk to people. So obviously if you're with people, time goes a bit quicker. That's kind of what happened. So I was with Hugh for a bit, a chap called David Green. It was a good, nice bit of social running for the start.
Did he nail the gate shut?
Oh, hi, Sam. Yes. Yes, it is the right car, yes. I'm Helen Darbyshire. I'm Mark Darbishire's mother, and I'm here to crew him for the South Downs Way 100. Well, I first crewed him, well, funnily enough, when he did the North Downs Way 100. Neither of us had any idea what we were doing, but it went quite well, really, unexpectedly. And so that was in 2019. So I've done most of his races since, not all of them. He was always slightly crazy. He would climb a lot of trees, cycle down a lot of hills. He enjoyed his life as a teenager. We were quite a sporty family. I played tennis, his dad ran. They all did football and rugby and, you know, standard school stuff. But once he went off to uni, that didn't really carry on very much.
Just didn't really enjoy running. My dad tried to get me into it a little bit. Standing there with my hands down my trousers on a cold December, trying to be forced into cross country.
Feel like what? Been all right?
Yeah, good man. Nice steady start. Feels comfortable, so that's what you want.
I didn't do much running through university, mainly drinking and partying, and then got into running in probably my mid-30s. Keeps my mind in a happy place, keeps me grounded and, you know, happy, I guess. Yeah. I mean, it's easy to drift back into bad old habits of, you know, drinking too much, picking up a pack of ciggies again. It's, you know.
Minute lead. How far? 16 minutes.
I feel good, but I've been struggling with cramps since halving down.
Yeah, he had a good lead, but it was early doors. You're never sure, are you? But it was very quick. I would have been surprised if he'd held on.
I think that was a gamble that was really never going to pay off. And when you look at the calibre of the chasing pack, Mark Derbyshire took one look at that and thought, yeah, I respect these guys. It's not impossible one of them pulls off the absolute wild card, sensational run. But he also recognised that that wasn't going to work for him.
I've only got one thing I've got to do, and that's get to a point before him. That's it. Give him some water and whatever. There is no other commitment, you know? I love it.
I was not very fit at all. you know, smoking 20 ciggies a day, drinking most nights, and thought, well, I can't carry on like this really. I've got 3 young kids, so.
Maybe 2015 or something, all of a sudden Mark said, I'm going to do a marathon in Berlin, and it went really well. And he thought, oh, actually I can do this. And he did the Manchester Marathon and that went well. And then he thought, actually, I can do this quite well, but it's a bit boring.
My dad was quite a good runner. He did quite a lot of marathons. He moved out to the Brecon Beacons, so I guess that kind of got me into the mountain trail stuff. There was a race that went through his backyard, and Brecon Ultra was the first one I signed up for. I think I came 5th. If you start doing something and you're not too bad at it, then you have another crack, don't you, and try and improve.
I need my head torch here.
Don't worry, just drop it down and I'll pick it up.
I need all of them.
Okay, okay. We're heading off straight on.
My name is Louise. I am the aid station manager at Washington, which is the halfway point, well, just over halfway point of the South Downs 100. I have a team of people who are volunteering at the aid station, and between them they will sort out the hot food, the cold food, the hot drinks, the cold drinks, the drop bags, the marshal point, and when everything runs smoothly, that all goes like clockwork. My main role is, if something doesn't go smoothly, I am the troubleshooter. I did it originally because I wanted to run the races, and it's an absolutely fantastic way of understanding what goes on at an ultra race. I mean, a lot of it is standing around chatting to people who share your hobby, but you're also helping other people have that experience. When I ran the races myself, I benefited from the aid stations. Nobody's race is 100%, smiles and roses. And the runners who come in at a 50-mile point going, oh, this is the end, I'm not going to make it. You see them again at 80 miles and they've turned round. It's a different person, it's a different runner.
Coming into Washington, mile 55, you sort of think of that as halfway. It's not, but it's the major checkpoint in that middle part of the course. There's a drop bag, crew can pick up there, and crucially pacers. Mark Darbyshire came in there, up on Mark Perkins' course record splits, in the midst of a very hot day.
How far behind's the next fella?
Well, you were with him the last time I saw. Are you feeling the heat?
A little bit, He's got 55 miles in the legs or whatever, so yeah, but it's going all right. I feel like I can keep him moving well enough, right?
I don't have like the splits on the watch or anything. I just sort of run with feel and get to halfway. If you get to halfway feeling strong, and then you're in with a shout.
I think the heat was the wild card factor, and the level of competition. Remember, Mark Perkins was really time trialling himself by that point. Where Mark Darbyshire was racing the competition in that event, Mark Perkins' ghost course record, and the heat of the afternoon that was yet to really hit.
First 100 was the North Downs Way 100, so I signed up for that in 2019, 2020 maybe. Without much experience doing it, well, without any experience doing hundreds, I think I'd done the Brecon Ultra and Gran Canaria, and yeah, that went well. Enjoyed it, won it. So
he jogged over the line wearing a pair of basketball shorts, it looked like anyway, with the sort of waistband of his boxers over the top. no t-shirt on, and we kit checked him at the finish line. He pulled out a Sainsbury's bag, and he obviously had the mandatory kit in there, but he had literally just jogged his way through that race in a course record time, and that course record was set by rest in peace Ed Catmuir, at a time when he was racing Anthony Forsyth to within an inch of their limits, and Mark literally had just been out for a jog.
From fairly early, I was quite strong on the ups, so I knew if I ran the uphills, I'd probably pull away in the second half, because I did think some of the others would be running the ups. So that was the plan, to try and run as many of those hills as possible. So, I mean, if it doesn't go well, you move on to the next one, and if it goes well, enjoy the moment for a day or two and move on to the next one. Try not to linger on it, would be my advice, because yeah, you can get drawn into like one event and could take over, can't it? But there's so much to see out there, isn't it? Go and see something different.
I think he finds it a huge release from everything else. He's peaceful, he loves the mountains. His face is the happiest when he's coming up or down a hill and the sun's coming up and it's all going swimmingly well. I don't think he does it for the pain, I think he does it for the pleasure, and the pleasure outweighs the pain. Because he does get pain, he's getting older and he has a few niggles.
How's he doing?
Yeah, really well. Just, relentless.
No stomach problems? No foot issues?
Nothing. A little tiny blister.
With Mark Derbyshire, it's so much less likely that he's going to crumble and fade. His execution of the second half of races, particularly 100 milers, is second to none.
Well, look you.
Hugh Tibbs has been on an upward curve for several years, but Hugh's a runner, you know, and I say that in terms of the flowing, rolling terrain of the South Downs Way suited him. So as he hit that second half, you know, Mark's gap gradually eking out. I think he would have known that he was essentially running for second place. But again, anything can happen.
The quads hurt a lot on the downs. I was always strong on the ups, always felt pretty good running the ups, but the quads were quite sore running the downhill. I felt a bit rough, and it's still a long way to go. I don't really look at the races so much and try and win the races. They're kind of a byproduct of enjoying the training, and just keep setting small goals in training. Just try and improve your mile time, your 5K time. And even as I'm getting older, I'm still making small adjustments, small improvements. I'm sure it'll start to drop off fairly rapidly, fairly soon, but the hunger's still there.
Happy days.
Happy days. Thanks, mate.
You got enough gels and stuff?
I might take one. Precision.
Top running, buddy.
I don't know what he's thinking when he's out there over the whole period of time that it takes to do the run, but some of it must be quite dark. There must be some dark moments. People talk about that. And then it's important probably then to see somebody that you know is just there for you and cares about you. Oh yeah, I know exactly what he wants. Yeah. Water, tailwind, maybe a cheese sandwich, a scoop of yoghurt, and a hug. Sometimes. I've got a busy life, he's got a busy life. This is just him and I, really. And that's actually very special. Very special.
Salts, have a look. Nothing's up. No. One day, pull on Mark. He's not stopping for long, is he? He's on a mission to finish this habit. He's had enough. He's not had it. He looks fine.
He was good, he was strong, he was positive, grunting a lot. He likes to grunt. Yeah, no, he was it's like amazing to see how he can move that late in a race. I was always like a little bit ahead of him just to open gates and stuff, but I can feel if he's right behind or if he's like a little bit further behind. But yeah, he's sort of pushing the pace more and more as he's getting close to the finish. It's just kind of remarkable.
Dave was pushing Mark to his absolute limit. The pacing job that Dave did there was, I don't think anybody else could have done it.
They were close friends at uni. That's how that friendship developed. Not that they did any running then, either of them.
They know each other so well, they're best mates. Dave is as competitive as Mark is, and they will drive each other in a way that I think only each other could get out of themselves. Like, I don't think Mark would respond in the same way to anyone else. He said, listen, you're going to be within a couple of minutes of setting a British fastest all-time 100 here, you know, and use that to bully Mark.
In and round.
Bit of tailwind, please.
I felt a bit sick for the last maybe 15 miles. I couldn't eat any solid, so I was just drinking tailwind and Coke. The plan was just to try and run those last two climbs and then push hard on the last downhill into the finish.
Mark's always eschewed sponsorship. It's not important to him. He doesn't need it, he doesn't court it, he doesn't particularly like the attention all that much. He just wants to run and he wants to race. That's the thing. That's what makes him so fast, is how competitive he is.
I thought if I went under 14 hours, I'd probably win the race. I mean, you're never sure, are you? But everyone's getting stronger. So I thought it was possible. I knew I'd have to have a very good day.
Well done, Mark, you've got this. Well done, that's it, up there.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Well done. You're doing a great job.
Well done, mate. Absolutely fabulous.
Amazing
Left
effort.
here, come on. You've got this.
Phenomenal,
Everyone's
Mark.
cheering for you. Well done.
I remember watching Mark Perkins run. He just looked like just a phenomenal athlete. He was the Mark Derbyshire of his time. This is like the handing of the guard here.
I'm Mark Perkins. I'm here to watch Mark come beat my course records, which I set feels like a very long time ago now, 11 years ago. In fact, I remember sitting on this bench. Yeah, so I came here with my wife Sarah, who paced me back then. Yeah, to watch Mark come across that finish line. I had an inkling it was going to be him today, so yeah, and he seems like a super nice guy. I've not met him before today, but I was cheering him on from the start today, dot watching. So yeah, it's great. He's done an amazing job today. It's been good to watch.
3 times around the track, mate. 350 that was. We've got it.
Dave pushed me quite hard for the last couple of K.
Mark just seems to have the same sort of philosophy of how to approach the races. It feels similar. It's nice having the course record, obviously, but it felt like a lot of pressure. That was 2014, and I had, I think, 15:30 as my absolute A race type time. When we were running it, actually my watch, halfway my watch ran out of battery and I swapped with Sarah's. And I was trying to do the maths when I was running the last bit of the race, and I thought I'd actually run 15:03. I don't know, there's some of those days that just things come together. It doesn't really matter what the race throws at you. My head was just really good. It was a very special headspace.
Come on.
It was good. It was a good day, very good day.
This was the fastest 100 mile on UK soil we've ever seen on trail.
It's very simple. I just want him to be happy.
So it's been going for a while, that course record. So that was like the A goal. I thought it might be beyond me, but thankfully I managed to sneak under it.
That's some record. Congratulations to you, Darbyshire. Yeah, no, well done, mate. That's amazing. Thanks for that. Yeah, been on. Yeah, I said the wrong thing. As long as it's someone called Mark, keep it. I'm fine. But, yeah, right. You've had it. Good 2 years, mate. Yeah.
Mark Darbyshire has been the most dominant runner we've ever seen. Nobody has held course records at that, the scale and competitiveness of the races we have now. UTS, the Arc, Lakeland, South Downs Way 100, they are our championship 100 mile races here in the UK, and he has course records at all of them.
Felt so hot out there. Unbelievable. Coming.
Well done,
Well done.
Really nice
What
meeting
did you
you.
get in here?
30:42. So went well.
I was first human. Yeah, if you're going to get beaten, I think that's unbelievable. And so is that.